Q, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to get this project off the ground that we're kind of throwing together here on the podcast network. So I figure I'll just give the audience a few details on it.
Yeah.
So basically, we got 7 questions for Robert. Robert's our film guy, and we're gonna ask these same questions to first our film guy Robert, then a stats guy, then a coach at some level, most likely high school. If we can get an NFL coach, that'd be awesome, but I doubt it. And then we're going to also talk to just a fan, one of our listeners. And we're going to compare all the answers at the end of the day and try to find, where's the consensus, where's the areas that certain people had some really interesting takes on, and I think we're going to make some good content out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Q, you came up with the idea. Credit where it is obviously due, my friend. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think, to hear everybody's different opinions. And then I know we talked internally about kind of throwing our opinions into the ring too at the end of it, and just like you said, kind of seeing where everybody lands on this, slate of questions here. So, Robert, without further ado, we'll just dive right into it here. How do you see the state of the Bears?
Well, first of all, I'm honored to be the representative film guy. I love it. Thank you, guys. But I honestly feel really good. I mean, it's my opinion. I got a little too much stat nerd in me, but I'll try to fence it out for you, Q. Where for years, the Bears have basically taken a bunch of players. Let's use the Jimmy Graham contract as an example, where they've said, Jimmy Graham, we're going to pay you a lot of money and you're going to play a very large role in our offense. And the players that they have chosen have been massively outsized by the expectations that that player needed to deliver on, which created Sam Mustipher, starting center, massive failure, despite him being a UDFA and never being treated fairly by even people like me, because the moment that the Bears declare them your starting center, it's like, well, best case scenario, he's going to be the 28th center in the league. What are we doing here? It falls apart. Right now, it feels to me, Ron, like the Bears don't have many players on their roster where they have signed them or drafted them with the expectation that they were going to be more than they are. Maybe the closest you get to that is Chase Claypool, but with DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney now both on the roster, if he's a good wide receiver 3, whatever. We can move past the cost that was paid for him and assess that the Bears have easily a representative wide receiver room in the NFL, if not a decent one with some serious upside, if because guys like Tyler Scott, Velus Jones find a role. From a film perspective, look, the 2023 Bears are still a work in progress, but that doesn't bother me. So I really like it. I mean, are they close to being a Super Bowl contender? Not yet, but they don't have the hard limitations that a lot of other rosters across the NFL do, like the Vikings, for instance, who need probably a change at quarterback, plus more talent across their roster, plus figuring out what they're going to do with Justin Jefferson. Obviously, they're going to extend him, but what percentage of the cap is a massive talent like him going to cost, and how much is that going to limit them? Because I know I'm a film guy, but the NFL is a shell game of resources and trying to create surplus value. And the Bears, say what you will about the sorry state of their defensive line, haven't invested anything in it. So they're getting what they paid for across the board in most cases, which is a massive, massive positive over what I feel like we endured with Ryan Pace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was constantly with Ryan Pace. Like, you paid Robert Quinn all pro money and you were hoping you got a Pro Bowl player. You paid, like you said, Jimmy Graham Pro Bowl money, and you were hoping you got a guy who was just serviceable. Like it was that constant overpay that, like you were saying.